Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. I have two new Marathon Navigators for you to check out today. Navigator has a very rich history with Marathon, developed first in 1986, so let's do the math, right? That's almost 40 years ago, 36, 37 years ago. Great lightweight fiber shell wristwatch, dual time zone bezel, tritium tubes, everything, mill certified. They're on the QPL, still are, which means they can be supplied to the Department of Defense and various militaries around the world. Today the Marathon Navigator is back. Well, wait 1 second. The Marathon Navigator came back in a stainless steel version, if you remember, a couple months ago. And that thing has been sold like gangbusters. They're back again with the Navigator. This time it's back in the fiber shell case, ditched the Tritium and went with Maraglo, which is basically their superluminova, if you will. It's a passive luminescent compound, painstakingly painting the dials and the hands to make them glow super duper well. Because as you guys know, the downside of Tritium is that it glows all the time, but it's dim and you have to wait for your eyes to adjust, whereas with passive illumination, once the lights go out, it fires up and it looks great. And the idea here is that the Maraglo will stay visible throughout the night with nighttime adjusted eyes. Enough of that. For my own wrist check, I am wearing my Speedmaster reduced still. It's been on the last couple of videos. And then on my other wrist, the Islander Port Jeff in white. So I figure really quick, this model is sold out. It will not come back, but I have great news. It will come back as a Miyota 9075 True Travelers GMT, along with some friends. So basically the same watch, just kind of reconfigure it to be a GMT. It's gonna be awesome. That'll come out beginning of 24, I hope. Enough. Let's see the Navigator. So I want to start with, well, a loom shot, just so we can fully understand what's going on here. I have three watches in this photo, just to make it abundantly clear, which you'll see in a minute when I flip on the lights. On the left, you may know, is the Seiko SKX. That happens to be a 009 with the Seiko's crazy own Illumibright. In the middle, this is the Marathon Navigator with Maraglo. This is a passive luminescence, just like the Illumibright. It sucks up the light, and then it releases it slowly at night over a span of 8 hours. And then on the far right, which you can't even see it, I'm covering the loom right now, is a tritium-based Marathon that's glowing dimly by my eyes, but will stay glowing the entire evening. Let's flip on the lights and see what we're looking at. So this is exactly where we were. This is what you were looking at. You can see the Seiko on the left, the new Maraglo version Navigator in the middle, and then on the right is the WW194013 traditional Navigator with tritium tube technology. If I take these two out of the picture and just give you this one and boost up the exposure really well, you can just about see the tubes. But I want to make that clear about what we're looking at. It's just different. While I put this down, they're just different illumination technology. Well, not talking about this one either. Different illumination technologies, but I want you to understand, kind of how they work. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. So we are getting into, as I said, the Marathon Navigator. With Maraglo. It's WW194013. There's two versions I want to go over with you. They're pretty much the same watch. They just vary in the strap that they give you. It's the 2101. I keep getting this wrong. I'm crazy. The shorter strap is the 2101. Yeah, so it's the 2101 and the 2102. I'll kind of hold them this way so you can see them. A little bit of a shorter strap, 250 millimeters. A longer strap, 290 millimeters. This has the really cool, the ballistic nylon has that cool nylon keeper. This has blasted hardware. They are the same watch otherwise. With date, etc. I will just do the twisty turny with the shorter one. It's just easier for me to handle and manage. Let's go. So it's the same Navigator case. So it's 41 millimeters in diameter. It's 13 thick to a flat sapphire crystal. We're looking at 48 on the lug tip to lug tip. These are permanent lug bars. You will not remove them. So you can change the strap if you wish to whatever you want. It is a 20 millimeter strap, so any single pass will work through there. It is, you notice that the ballistic nylon strap is just a single without the secondary strap. The other one's got the secondary over the back. You see what I mean? This one. Anyway, it does have a battery hatch for easy battery changes. It's got all the Marathon writing on the back. Let's see. So, 60 millimeters of water resistance. You can imagine that. 60 meters of water resistance. Is a push-pull crown, steel tube. Fiber shell case, impact resistant, a mere 46 grams. So we're looking at a very, very lightweight watch. Again, this is going to be the next rendition of the Navigator. It's the movement. Let's talk about the movement real quick. Just like the Tritium version, it still runs on a high torque ETA movement. It's an F06. It does have, get the hands out of the way. It does have an end of life indicator. So when the battery is getting low on life, it will start ticking in 4-second intervals. So that's your sign to know, hey, I got to change the battery in this thing. But changing it simple. You put a nickel in there, turn it. It's a normal battery. Nothing special about it. It is a dual time bezel, as you can see. It goes from 0 all the way up to 12. How would you use this? You just set your time set. You just set your differential to the 12 o'clock position. So let's say you want to see a time zone 2 hours ahead of you. You just move the 2. Whoops. It is bi-directional, and it does not move well with gloves. Let's see one more. Here we go. You just move the 2 to the top. Reading the hour off here, it is 10:20 in that 2 hour time zone, whereas 8:20 locally. Price, $378 on this strap, closer to $400 on the longer strap. I'm not sure there's that much else to say. Let's get in on it though. And you can see the awesome dial work, beautiful flat dial. Maybe hard to tell in the photos or in the video, but it is many layers of their Maraglo paint to make it happen. You saw that the bezel was loomed in the opening there, so super cool. And I like how they mimic their traditional Tritium watches. The Tritium watches usually have an orange tube at the 12 for your registration. They have an orange Maraglo date position. I guess we'll go through the watch real quick. So, whoops, it's a push-pull crown, as I said. You pull it out to set the time, and then one click out will set the date. It is 60, I said 60 meters of water resistance, I remember that. And it is a push-pull crown, sapphire crystal flat. They do not use any AR because they feel AR takes away from the, I guess, the visibility of the dial. So it's a non-AR crystal. How about we pop it on the wrist and see how she looks? It's crazy. As I was putting it on, my glove was covering it. I'm obviously in a dark room, and it's still glowing. The triangle is just a big green glow. Really nifty. Looks nice on my wrist. 41 millimeter case fits me fine. I do own a Navigator, and a steel one as well. So this guy is perfection. There I am on the strap, roughly a 6.5, 6.75 inch wrist. So it's going to be at home on many different wrist sizes. Super lightweight, just excellent, excellent comfort, excellent all around. You will notice that the dials, I'll keep talking as I take it off. You'll notice the dials are lacking the US government call out. So they would be, I guess, non-NGM, no government markings on them. That's my poor Jeff. I guess I'll put that on. And I think that's going to wrap up the video. Yeah, I went over everything. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing you the Marathon Navigator with Maraglo. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Questions, comments, concerns? No, I'm not selling this watch. Please put them down below and I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.